video is going to be a haul. I have not filmed a haul video since I believe the Sephora VIB sale, and that was back in like April. So it's been like 2 months. I've been accumulating some products here and there. I really tried to not buy too much makeup in the past couple of months, but I did buy a few things that I wanted to share with you guys. So I'm finally just going to go into these products because they've just been sitting in my room for a while, and I would like to put some of this stuff away and all that stuff. So I do have a few eyeshadow palettes to share with you guys. So the first collection that I want to show, because honestly I didn't really pick up too many products. It's just like a few eyeshadow palettes though. Like we have 5 eyeshadow palettes in this video. Don't judge me. But I picked up this palette in the second week of April, and also some other things from this collection. So I did pick up some of the products from the Alice in Wonderland collection from ColourPop. I know this is old. This is back from April. So yeah, I'm just going to share these products with you guys. Like I'm saying, like these products are not new whatsoever, but honestly, there's really like not been that many products that have really piqued my interest too much from ColourPop, or too many collections that have piqued my interest. Since this collection came out, I really have not bought anything from ColourPop. And I also did not want to spend too much money in May, because this was like the middle of April, but like I didn't want to spend too much money in May on products. I'm sorry about my voice, by the way. I still cannot get rid of this raspy voice. Like it's driving me nuts. Like it's still lingering from the cold that I had when I came back from California like 2 weeks ago. So bear with me. So the only things that have piqued my interest from ColourPop is the reformulated ultra matte lips and ultra blotted lips and stuff like that. But everything else I just really have not been interested in. So yeah, so anyway, I picked up the Alice in Wonderland Lost in Wonderland palette. Packaging is super cute. I love the little lock front, and when you open it, it reveals Alice, and I love how she's just going down the keyhole and then down the rabbit hole, you know. So this is what the palette looks like. It's super, super cute, and then this is the back. It has all the shade names, and I love that they added the Cheshire Cat on the back. I just really, honestly, I love the packaging of this so much because I love how small it is, and it kind of is like a tiny little book. I'm obsessed with this packaging, and I love the design, the coloring, everything. It just looks so good. So, but honestly, I really feel like I picked up this palette just for the packaging. But anyway, this is what the inside looks like. I love, again, that it has like this detailing on the inside of Alice falling down the rabbit hole and all the objects that she runs into, and it does come with a plastic insert, and it does fold all the way back, which I also really like as well. And then this is what the Alice palette looks like up close. There is 12 shades, 6 mattes, and 6 shimmers. So we have Down the Rabbit Hole, I'm Late, Very Merry Birthday, That's Logic, Curiouser and Curiouser, Talking Flowers, Mad Tea Party, Stark Raving Mad, That Way. Hold on one second, I got a text. AEIOU, Nothing's Impossible, and Lose Something. So the thing with this palette is that I definitely prefer the shimmers in here over the matte selection. The shimmers in here are actually really beautiful. And I have used every shade in this palette. But some of these mattes are too light even to show up on my skin tone. And that's what bothers me, is because they used to, even with the Snow White palette, some of those shades are super light. And again, I feel like that was very limiting. But also at the same time, it is Snow White and she's super pale. But at the same time, like, you should be targeting your products and eyeshadows and blushes and stuff towards multiple skin tones, because that's what they used to do with the Disney collections, and they would come out with like 3 different shades. Even with like the Snow White blushes were such good options for fair, light, and dark skin tones. But like with this, This shade does not even show up on my crease. Does not show up whatsoever. The other shades show up pretty decently. I actually don't have any problems with the formula of this palette. I actually really enjoy the formula, and the shimmers are so beautiful on the lid. Like this shade, Down the Rabbit Hole, is so stunning. This is my favorite shade in the palette, and the quality of these shimmers are just so nice. And this shade, I'm Late, is so stunning, but I'll just swatch some of them. I'm not going to swatch all of them. But I was a lot more impressed with this palette once I put it on my eyes than I thought I was going to be, because the shimmer quality is really, really good. So this one's Down the Rabbit Hole. I mean, I always know that their shimmers are going to be good anyway. Very Merry Birthday and Stark Raving Mad. They are very pretty metallic shades. My issue is the cohesiveness of the mattes in this palette. Like, this shade is probably this shade and this shade are like the only two I would want to stay. And maybe this pink, but these three shades don't make any sense in this palette. And I understand that since it is Alice in Wonderland, like they wanted to do, let me just respond to my boyfriend. So that they wanted to do like something unusual, kind of get that, you know, but like, and honestly, when I do use this palette, I really like how the looks turn out. I have no issues with the blending, with the quality, and they actually last a really long time on my eyes, which is very surprising to me. I was like, I didn't think that these shades would last longer because they're so pale or they're not that pigmented. But when I look at my eyeshadow at like 8 o'clock at night, when I put it on at like 2 o'clock, it still looks really, really good. So I'm very impressed with that. But again, like, I don't know why they put this black in here. But at the same time, it kind of like inspired me to try black with pastels, and I don't hate it. But some people are really like just not really feeling this because it has shimmer in it, but a shimmery black actually makes it a little bit softer to blend with pastels, so it's not like super black. But they could have put like a purple, like a deep purple or like a deep blue in here. We could have swapped out these two shades, but this shade is actually pretty good the couple times that I've used it, and I have been able to create complete looks, and these shimmers are actually really pretty. But I could go on and on and on about this. I ended up picking it up in the end, but I'm not like absolutely head over heels for this color story. But I do like the quality of this palette. And then this shade is Curiouser and Talking Flowers, just to swatch some of the mattes for you guys. But as you can see, they're not really dark enough for anybody like darker than me to wear these. So that's my only issue with this, but I do think the packaging is hella cute, and I have used every single shimmer in this palette, and I can say they are really, really beautiful. So I do really like the quality. I'm just like not obsessed with the color story. So that is the first palette. And then I also picked up both of the blushes from the collection. So I did pick up Alice's shade and the Queen of Hearts shade. So this one is the Alice in Wonderland Oh Dear pressed powdered blush, and I absolutely love the packaging of this one. I love that it's the same of like with the door as the same as the eyeshadow palette, and then it looks like this, and I am obsessed with the imagery on this one. I love that they made it her in the bottle and she drinks it and then she shrinks, and then when you open it up, it is this really, really beautiful like pinky tone color, and it says time can be funny in dreams. I've used this blush a few times. I really, really like this blush. I definitely think that the blushes were the star of the show of this collection. A lot of people loved the blushes. The blushes were the first two things to sell out. So people really did respond to the blushes in this collection. It's such a pretty pink shade. It's not like too cool tone, but it's like such a pretty soft pink. I love that one. And then the other shade is the shade Silence, which is the Queen of Hearts shade, and people went bonkers over this one. Again, this one is the this is the imagery, and it's just super cute with the Queen and the hearts cards. And then this is the shade, and this one is called Silence. I probably could have worn this today, but I'm going to save this to wear for 4th of July because this is absolutely perfect. And this one says off with their heads. So cute. But this blush, y'all, is so freaking stunning. And this was the first thing to sell out in the collection. It is such a stunning red blush. And it's not like too crazy when you swatch it. It's a very soft, beautiful, buildable formula. But honestly, you need like the tiniest amount. I literally just boop my brush, like literally like tap it and then wipe it off a little bit on my tissue. And then I apply it and it's like fully opaque and you really don't need any more. Excuse me. So yeah, love this blush. I've only used this one twice though. I really haven't used it that much because when am I gonna use a red blush, especially in the spring and summer? But I use it when I can. Even when I got it, I don't think I used it until like 2 weeks after I got it because I just didn't wear a red look until, but I probably could wear it with a neutral look and it would be really, really pretty, like a neutral eye look, and then that on my cheeks would be really pretty. And then the last thing that I got in the Alice collection was the Alice in Wonderland Lip Duo, and this comes with a Luxe lipstick and a Luxe lip gloss. This is the Most Curious Luxe lipstick in the Blur formula, and the Total Nonsense Luxe lip gloss. Now, I'm actually really happy that they decided to include a lip blur. Luxe, what is it called? Luxe lipstick blur formula, because I love the blur velvet blur lipstick. So this is the shade, and this is the shade Most Curious, and I absolutely love this lavender packaging. I have no issue with the plastic packaging. I don't know why people get so upset and feel like it's cheap. It's very good quality packaging, so I don't really mind it. And this is the shade. It's such a beautiful pink. Again, I've only worn this twice, but it's such a beautiful pink on the lips. And I really, really love the Velvet Blur formula because it's so smooth on the lips. So I absolutely love this one, but I don't really wear it that often. I thought it was going to be a lot more subtle than this pink shade. I mean, I knew it was going to be like a pinky color, but I didn't think it was going to be like this bright. I thought it was going to be a little bit more of like a nudie pink, but definitely it was not. And then this is the Luxe lip gloss in the shade Total Nonsense. Again, the super cute packaging with the lavender top. Y'all know I don't really love the Luxe lip gloss formula, but I wanted to try this one. It's not going to be an accurate swatch because I keep on, when I do use this, I would use it with the lipstick, so it's kind of got a little bit stained. But I really wanted to try this because it was like a lavender lip gloss, and I don't really have any lavender lip glosses. And it looked like so pretty online, but honestly, it did not come as a full tube. It looks like I've used it a lot more, but I think I've only used this like 3 times, and literally like more than half of the product is almost gone already. Because when I got this, I think it was only filled up to here. So just saying, but it's not, I'm not absolutely obsessed with it, but I'm not regretting having this because again, it really is a packaging thing with these. So that is everything that I got from the Alice in Wonderland collection. Now let's move on to some other stuff. So I only have 2 things from Sephora. I know, random and weird, but I actually ended up getting this concealer because I exchanged the Valentino concealer because I ended up not liking it whatsoever. Like, I tried it, I think like 4 times, and literally it just would crease so easily. It did not have the coverage that I wanted, and also it just like was too watery for me. But also, like, I love a hydrating concealer, but I also prefer quite a bit of coverage. But, like, I'm wearing the NYX concealer today, and I definitely prefer this one. Y'all know I love drugstore concealers. But I ended up exchanging the Valentino concealer for the concealer I was thinking about getting over the Valentino. But the reason why I got the Valentino one is because I was getting a 20% off discount, and it was a little bit more worth it for a $35 concealer. But then I ended up exchanging it for this one, and I think I got a credit towards my Afterpay payments when I did that exchange, so that was pretty nice. So I got the other concealer that I was considering getting anyway, and I freaking love this one. So this is the LYS Beauty Triple Fix Full Coverage Brightening Concealer in the shade LG3. This is what the packaging looks like. If you guys have been watching my everyday makeup lookbooks, you all know that I am in love with this concealer. I think that I'm so happy that I decided to get this concealer over the other one. This one is so good. This is my only LYS product, and I can see why people love this. It is such an amazing concealer, you guys. It's so easily blendable. I feel like all different skin types could use this. I feel like all different ages could use this. I feel like it would look good on anyone. I can't even describe like the formula. Like, it's not too matte, but it's also not too creamy either. It gives you coverage, but it's not like mask-like or like too heavy. It just looks so beautiful underneath the eyes. So this is what the applicator looks like. I really like the applicator, but it adds such a beautiful coverage. I absolutely love this. I've been using this a ton since I got it. This was the only concealer that I brought with me besides my Tarte Powerflex concealer and my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, but I ended up using this one the most. I used this one like, maybe I only used it twice actually. I used the Tarte one Thursday and Friday on my trip. I used this one on Wednesday night and Sunday night, and it looked absolutely beautiful, and I used it with the Makeup by Mario foundation, and I love that combo, and it's just such an amazing concealer. So I'm obsessed with this. I'm so happy I ended up getting this concealer over keeping the Valentino one. The Valentino one was just not worth keeping. I really just did not like it. I wasn't really a fan, so I'm so glad I decided to get that one. And then when I picked up that, I also just got an 100 point perk point when I was there. And I decided to pick up the mini size of the Rare Beauty Perfect Strokes Universal Volumizing Mascara. I missed this one in my collection, so I was like, why don't I just pick up a sample so I don't have to pay for it? So it's just a cute little tube, and I've used this a ton since I've gotten it. I love this mascara. It's definitely a favorite of mine, so I just picked that up. And what's so funny is that this was the very last one that they had of the samples, and then after this they ran out. So I'm like, okay, it's destiny. So I just decided to pick up that. Okay, now let's get into a few eyeshadow palettes, and that's mostly the majority of the rest of this haul. And then there's a few products from a new brand that I've been dying to try and was on my wish list for this year to try. Not eyeshadow. Okay, so let's get into the eyeshadow palette. So the first palette I picked up is the Ace Beauté Aura palette. Now, I did mention in, I believe, my 5 brands I want to try this year that I've been wanting to give Ace Beauté another chance for quite a while now. And I think in May they were running a free shipping promo where it was free worldwide shipping. And I was like, that would be the best time to pick up their palette. I didn't use an affiliate code or anything. I didn't use a discount code because you couldn't combine it with the free shipping because you had to put in a code for the free shipping. So you couldn't use a discount code. It was a little bit annoying, but I felt like that was the best value to get this. And I think this was also on sale for like $27. So it wasn't too bad. I think originally it retailed for like $34. So I saved a few dollars, but the shipping would have been like $8. So I decided that was a better deal because every time I wanted to add stuff to my cart for Ace Beauté, it always ended up being like $50, and then like the shipping would go up the more stuff you would add and not like go down. So I was like, okay, like I'll just wait to see if they do a free shipping promo, and they did. So I've been really wanting to get this palette since it came out. I think this palette is so beautiful. I know this came out back in like December, but I finally picked it up in May. So this is what the packaging looks like. It's super duper pretty. I love the purple and pink cloud packaging. It just looks so pretty. And then on the inside, it is the same packaging on the outer packaging of the palette. And then on the back, there's no information. All the ingredients are listed on the back of the box, and then there is a plastic insert in here, and it does come with a mirror, which is really nice, but I never use these mirrors. And it says, you are beautiful, like the way that they say Ace Beauté, it's you are beautiful. And then this is what the palette looks like. Look at how pretty this color story is. I just thought this color story was so beautiful. I'm like, I need to have this. I think it's just such a stunning color story. It could have went with what I was wearing today, but I'm wearing the next palette that I'm going to be talking about in just a hot minute. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 mattes and 5 shimmers in here. So I thought that was a pretty good ratio of mattes to shimmers. Not too overwhelming for me. This palette's so pretty. So we have Wistful, Soul, Entrance, and Halo. Then we have Gleam, Sunburst, Chi, and Glamour. And then we have Nimbus, Hazy, Moonlight, and Sultry. And I can tell you guys that this palette blends and performs so much better than their BoxyCharm palettes, because the only palette that I've tried from Ace Beauté was the Scarlet Dusk palette from their BoxyCharm, and that was like a BoxyCharm exclusive palette, and that palette really was not good. It was super dry, so hard to blend. These mattes are super pigmented, blend super easily, and these shimmers are so stunning and wet looking on the lid. I just think this is such a unique, beautiful color story. I love the purples with the reds and the mustardy tones with the browns. It's just such a pretty palette. My absolute favorite shade in this palette is Halo. It is such a stunning lavender gold shade. It's so beautiful. And then I also love this gold shade. Am I getting hard pan? I'm getting a little bit of hard pan. That's weird. And then this shade Moonlight is super pretty too. So I think those are my 3 favorites, but Halo is definitely my favorite shimmer. And it's just such a stunning shade. I'm already running out of swatch room. So this one is Halo. Look at how beautiful that is. This one is Moonlight. And then this one is Gleam, which is that beautiful gold. The gold definitely like shines so beautifully on the lid. I don't know why it's getting a little bit of hard pan, but it is a stunning shade. And then I'll swatch some of the mattes for you guys. I'm going to swatch the purple, the red, and then let's do the mustardy yellow. These are so nice. Look how pigmented those are. Like, are you joking me? So I'll just swatch these somewhere that I have room. I don't really have that much room. So this one is Wistful. This one is Chi. And this one is Hazy. They don't look patchy like that on the eyes. It was just where I swatched them on my hand. Let me just blend that out a little better. Yeah, that's better. But they're beautiful, pigmented, super easy to work with. I've used every shade in this palette. I've used all the shimmers and all the mattes. The only shade that I feel like is a bit out of place in this palette is this shade Gleam, because it is like kind of like a pinky shade. So I would have wished that there would have been like one more pop of like maybe a pink, but I understand why all these shades are in here. So like all these mattes that are in here are pretty necessary. So like I wouldn't know like what matte to swap out because I love all the mattes in here. But this shade Glamour is like the only one that really goes with this, because this is kind of like a purpley pink, but I just wish that there was kind of like a magenta darker pink in here, and that it would have been perfect for me, but that is so nitpicky. It's such a stunning, beautiful palette. So I'm really glad that I added this to my collection. I've done like a red look with this and then like a purple look, and the purple look turned out so stunning, and I love the red look too. It's just a really, really good, exciting, good formula. So I really, really like this palette a lot more than I thought I was going to. Let me just wipe off my hand real quick. Okay, so next up is another eyeshadow palette, and this is the palette I'm wearing on my eyes today. This brand I've been kind of curious about ever since Annette's Makeup Corner talked about them like a few months ago, and then they came out with this palette, and I was like, I need that. So this palette was not on my radar, on my list to try for new brands this year, but I just fell in love with the color story. I'm like, I really want to try this palette. So this is the Simply Posh Cosmetics Citrus Punch palette. Obsessed with the packaging. The packaging is so adorable. I love it so much. So cute. Sorry, it kind of slides out of the sleeve, and then on the back is all, I was about to say on the back. On the back is all the ingredients and everything, and then when you slide the sleeve, It is the same packaging as the outside, and then when you open it up, there is no plastic overlay. Or maybe there was. I think there was a plastic overlay on the mirror, but I took it out because it was just like a little bit annoying. Actually, wait, no, there is, but the plastic overlay that was over this was like kind of peely, so I just took it off. So this is the Simply Posh Citrus Punch palette. There are 12 mattes in here and 6 shimmers. And it does come with a mirror and super cute design around the mirror. Look at this color story. Are you kidding me? It is so cute and pretty for the summertime. Like, are you joking? I love this color story. So we're going to go down the rows. So we're going to start here. So we have Citrus, Fuzz, Squeeze, Clementine, Quench, and Grapefruit. Then we have Sour, Tangy, Tasty, Tangerine, Tropical, and Floral. We have a lot of tea shades. We have 4 shades that start with T. And then the last row is all matte again. So we have Lime, Lemon, Zest, Orange, Punch, and Blood Orange. I love this palette so much. I cannot get enough of this palette this summer. This is probably my most used palette in the past like 2 months, like May and June. This is now the 3rd time I've used this palette since I came back from California. I just am in love with the quality of this palette. These mattes are so beautiful. They just build so nicely. They are super soft, but they just blend so effortlessly in the crease. And I've used every single matte and every single shimmer in here, and the shimmers are absolutely stunning on the lid. They're just so pretty. I have absolutely nothing bad to say about this palette. The only thing I would say, actually, yeah, I would kind of wish there would be like maybe one more deepening matte shade in here. But everything else about this palette I absolutely love. It kind of makes it super easy to do looks if you just go down each trio. And those are just like 1, 2, 3 easy looks for you to do. Like put this in the crease, deepen it up on the outer corners, and then put this on the lid and you're good to go. But the shimmers are so freaking stunning in here. So today I'm wearing Squeeze in the crease. Then I darkened up the crease more with Zest. And then I took the deepest shade in the palette, Blood Orange, and I put that on my outer corners. And then I put the shade Tropical all over my lids. And then I put the shade Tangerine on my inner corners. And all of these shimmers are duochromes. So they're just all super stunning. So my favorite shade in the palette is the shade Sour, which is the green. And this one is just such a stunning like duochrome because it shifts from green to pink. And it's such a beautiful shade. I just want it to have its own moment. You can't even see it really on camera. But in person, it shifts so beautifully from green to pink, and it's so stunning. And then Tasty is one of my favorites as well. It's such a stunning, like, reddish, orangey shade with, like, blue glitters in it. It's super pretty as well. This one doesn't swatch, and it has, like, a yellow-green, like, kind of reflection to it. Again, super duper stunning. Love that shade as well. Let me just grab my tissue. And then we'll swatch, let's swatch Tangy. Tangy, honestly, it's really not that bad when it comes to the hard pan. It's such a cute, like, lemony color, and it's just so pretty. Absolutely love that, too. It kind of shifts, like, yellow to green. Just absolutely gorgeous, and they all just apply to the lids so nicely, and they're just so easy to use. They don't really transfer that much at all, and they're just so light and beautiful and glittery and sparkly on the eyes. I could go on about this palette for forever because it's that freaking good. I love it. All right, let's swatch some of the mattes. Look at these mattes. Like, are you joking with that pigmentation? Look at the pigmentation of that yellow shade. Yellow shades are so hard to do and make that opaque, and somehow they do it. So this is my first and only Simply Posh palette, and I am blown away by the quality. So this one is Lime, this one is Lemon, and this one is Grapefruit. So there are some of the shades for you guys. This could be a look right here with these shades. Oh my god, like how fun would that color combo be? The pink, yellow, and the green. I feel like I have to do that at some point. But yeah, when this palette came out, I was like, I need to have it. And when I saw a couple of Annette's Makeup Corner's reviews on this brand, this one she hadn't reviewed yet when I picked it up, but I did see that she absolutely raved about their previous two palettes, that I was like, I'm kind of curious about this brand since she loves it so much, because she loves Simply Posh probably as much as Blend Bunny at this point, and that's like a really high bar. And I also just love how honest Annette's Makeup Corner is about her reviews. She's pretty unbiased when it comes to reviewing something. If she doesn't like it, she's going to tell you. So I really do trust her reviews. And when she got this palette and reviewed it, she loved it too, even though I had already used it, I think, a few times after she put her review up. I mean, before she put her review up, but this palette is absolutely stunning. I would 100% recommend Simply Posh if you guys were thinking about trying them, supporting a smaller brand, but absolutely beautiful, stunning quality. I'm so head over heels in love with this palette. It is stunning. That's probably my favorite palette that I've tried in this video and the one that I'm the most impressed with. Okay, next up is one palette from Ulta. So actually, originally, I was going to pick this up on the official website of this brand, and then I was going to pick it up at Sephora, but then Ulta was running the best coupon out of the three websites, and Ulta was doing a $15 off a $50 purchase. I was like, that's a really good price. That's a really good coupon. So I decided to pick up the Natasha Denona Yucca palette. I knew as soon as I saw this palette being teased and being leaked and being previewed from certain creators and on Instagram, I was like, I need that palette. When I saw the color story of this, I'm like, this palette is stunning. So this is now my 5th Natasha Denona palette. I loved like this tie-dye packaging, and then on the back it has all the info of the shades and all of the ingredients of each shade, which I actually really like that they list each ingredient of every single shade. That's actually really cool. I don't know if they've done that for their previous palettes. I'm going to have to check the packaging. Please let me know if that's like the first time I'm noticing that, or they've been doing that for a while, or that's a new thing. So yeah, this inner packaging is the same as the outer packaging, and then she does have the holes in the back if you want to depot or rearrange your palette in any way, which I think is really cool as well. And then this is the 15 pan eyeshadow palette. So this is the Yucca palette. It is so pretty. But yeah, I thought that the deal on Ulta was a way better promo and a way better coupon than anybody else was offering. So I just picked it up on Ulta's website. So because they don't have Ulta in my Ulta, because they don't have half the brands that I want in my Ulta. They like never get any new brands that I want to look at. So that's why 99% of the time I'm shopping at Sephora over Ulta, because they have a lot more brands that I want. But they just recently got Natasha Denona added to them, I believe in May. I think it was May or possibly April. Correct me if I'm wrong. So let's go through the shades. So we have 5 stunning, gorgeous shimmers and 10 mattes. So I just appreciate with Natasha Denona that you always get a full cohesive color story. So we have Plantasia, Calathea, Kamarabi, Akia, and Camu Camu. Sorry if I butcher any of these names. I'm going to butcher them even worse in the last palette I'm going to share. Then we have Tipu, Elasian, Valley, Citrine, and Ray. And then the last row we have Flax, Fushi, Makia, Ixia, and Willow. So I have used every single shade in this palette. I've used every shimmer in this palette. The only shade that I haven't used is this shade Camu Camu. I just didn't have an occasion where I wanted to use it. I don't know why. Maybe I'll use it the next time I use this palette. But I was absolutely obsessed with the quality of this palette. This might be my new favorite Natasha Denona palette. These shimmers are so insanely sparkly and beautiful on your lid, and they really do not transfer. So I think I even prefer these shades and shimmers even more than the Glaminatrix ones because these don't transfer as much as the Glaminatrix ones do. But the Glaminatrix ones don't transfer as much as the Blend Bunny ones do. So, if that makes any sense. The mattes are so beautiful and blendable in this palette. I don't have any issues with any of these shades. I think the only one that maybe was not as pigmented as I thought it was going to be is the shade Calathea. This one I tried to use on my outer corners in my Get Ready With Me to See Little Mermaid because I did wear this palette. And this one was like a little bit harder to build up on my outer corners. But every other matte in here is so beautiful, easy to use, just the typical Natasha Denona formula I'm used to. But these shimmers are so insanely sparkly and metallic. I am in love with the shimmers in this palette. I think my favorite one is the shade Kamarabi and the shade Makia. I know everybody's going crazy over Plantasia, but these two are just so insanely sparkly and metallic on my lids. And y'all know I love golds, and there's like 3 different golds in here. The only thing is that I wish that there was kind of like maybe another greeny shimmer in here, but I understand that this is for like people that want to play with color but are still like neutral lovers, but also this is good for colorful lovers as well. So let's swatch some of these because I am just head over heels for this palette. I just think it's so stunning. The quality is insanity. Look at that. Aren't these so stunning? They're like liquid metal. Oh my god, they perform so beautifully too. I'm absolutely obsessed with the quality. Look at that. Aren't they so freaking stunning? So we have Plantasia, Elasian, and Makia. I love them. I just love them. Wait, did I swatch Plantasia or did I swatch Kamarabi? Which one did I swatch? No, this one's Kamarabi. This one is Plantasia. I could swatch all of them because they're all just so stunning. Like, I cannot get over the quality of these. Ray is kind of more of like a typical shimmer from Natasha Denona. It's not as metallic as the other ones, but it's still stunning. That one is Ray right there. They're all just so freaking gorgeous. I absolutely love the quality of this palette. It just, every time I put them on my lids, I skip a beat and I'm like they're just so that stunning. Like that OMG quality she's still popping. I'm sorry for people that don't like Natasha Denona. And I think you get a great value with her palettes too. Even if she has upped the price a little bit more, I think that the quality speaks for itself. I think that it's a way better value than the Pat McGrath. I just think you're getting really amazing quality eyeshadows with Natasha Denona. So this one is Willow, this one is Ixia, and this one is Valley. Really just smooth, beautiful, blendable mattes. I just think they're buttery smooth, and I'm absolutely obsessed with this palette. I love it so much. I cannot wait to use it again. But yeah, I just think that her quality and consistency really just stays consistent. The only thing is that this palette has a little bit of a weird smell to it. I don't know if this was sitting in the warehouse for a while. It kind of has like an earthy smell to it. It's not a bad smell, but I don't know why it smells like that. It's just a little weird, but I'm absolutely obsessed. I love this so much. I've done 2 looks with this on my channel if you guys want to check them out to see this in action. But yeah, I'm absolutely obsessed with the quality of this palette, so I love it so much. Okay, I'm getting hungry, so we're going to have to finish this video because Mama's getting hungry. Hold on one second. All right, and then the last palette I have to share with you guys, I had to wipe my hand off again because it was full of swatches, is the Nomad Acavongo Safari palette. Y'all, this is my 6th Nomad palette. I have picked up every Nomad palette that they have released this year. I picked up the Verona palette, picked up the Royal Europe palette, and now I couldn't resist picking up this palette either. First off, the packaging is absolutely freaking stunning. I love the sunset packaging in the Acavongo Safari Valley. It's just so beautiful And I loved all the animals on the front. Actually, there's only one animal. I thought there were animals in the background too, but it's just that animal. Those are all trees. And then on the back, it shares all of the shades and the location and everything on where they went. And honestly, I was kind of surprised they haven't done a African themed palette till now. I'm like, it kind of made perfect sense for them to finally go to Africa, but I understand if they couldn't go until now. I mean, like, they travel the world, so you got to plan these things out. So first off, I absolutely am obsessed with this packaging. Some people don't love this packaging, but I think it's super, super nice. Really, really beautiful quality, and it's kind of soft, but I love this leopard packaging. And then on the back, it doesn't have the packaging completely, and then it does come with the tissue paper that it always comes with every Nomad palette, and there is a mirror in here, which is really, really nice. Don't look at my desk. And then this is the Nomad 15 pan Acavongo Safari palette. So let's show you guys what this palette looks like real quick. Really, really beautiful. I mean, y'all know if Nomad ever came out with a more neutral color story, you knew I was going to get it. There was no way I wasn't getting this palette. So we have 9 mattes and 6 shimmers in this palette, so let's go through them real quick. So we have towering giraffes, leaping leeches, elusive leopards, roaring lions, and pack of wild dogs. And then we have Marami Game Reserve, keystone termites, Vumbura plains, Nile crocodiles, and Chief's Island. And then the last row, we have crash of rhinos, migrating zebras, rumbling elephants, mighty buffaloes, and honking hippos. I actually did not butcher any of those names. Okay, so let's just share some swatches with you guys. I just wanted to share some thoughts first. I am not absolutely obsessed with this palette like I thought I was going to be. It's pretty. I'm not absolutely obsessed with the neutral shades in here. I know they're just neutrals, but I don't know. Maybe I just have to be really excited about certain neutral shades now, and they have to be like way more special to me. I don't think that these shimmers are like absolutely insane, and the mattes, I have a little bit of trouble of blending some of the neutral shades in here, like some of the neutral mattes, but I actually have used all the mattes in here, and I have used all the shimmers. I just haven't used these 2 shimmers on my lid yet, but I have used them on the inner corners. But I actually was more impressed with the greens in here. They blended so easily, and I absolutely loved the green look that I did. I don't know, maybe I'm becoming more of a colorful lover than neutral lover, but when I use these neutrals, I don't know, I'm not absolutely excited by them. So I will end up, you know, testing out these 2 shades, I think tomorrow and Friday, and then I will use all of these shades because I am going to be doing my palette ranking very, very soon of all the palettes that I tried this year. I think I'm literally going to film that on the last day of June. But yeah, I don't know. I just need to use them a little bit more, but the quality is still really good. I don't have like all of those issues that people said about like the hard pan. I mean, I do feel like these are harder pressed shimmers and they're pretty. I'm not saying that they're not, but I don't know if I necessarily needed this palette, to be honest. Like, it's good, but I wasn't really blown away with it as much as I thought I was going to be, like I was with the Verona palette and the Royal Europe palette. I just think those palettes are absolutely stunning, but they're still really beautiful. So this one is Nile crocodiles, this one is keystone termites, and this one is, what is that called? Migrating zebras. I could not read it, but it's still pretty. They're very metallic, very pretty shades. I'm just not excited from them. I don't know why, but they're pretty, and I'm still going to use it. So, I mean, duh, it's Nomad, but I don't know. So I'm just going to swatch some of the mattes. They are super buttery smooth and very pigmented when you swatch them. But when you put them on the eyes, like, and when you actually do swatch them, they are a bit skippy. They're not like super opaque and as easy to swatch as some of the other Nomad palettes that I own. They're just a bit crumbly, but they're still really nice. So this one is Marami Game Reserve. This one is Chief's Island, and then this one is Vumbura Plains. I cannot read them when they're down here, like not in the light. But they're still really, really nice. Again, I was absolutely obsessed with the green look that I did. But I did use this palette yesterday, and I used this one on my lid, and it's pretty, but I'm not, like, absolutely obsessed with it. Like, honestly, I'd rather use a ColourPop palette over this palette. But it's still really good quality. I still love Nomad. Doesn't mean I'm not going to stop purchasing from them because apparently I can't resist. But I will update you guys fully once I test out the other two shades. But it's nice. I'm glad that I have it. But if I wasn't a Nomad collector and I didn't want a neutral palette from Nomad, I probably would have skipped over this. But it's still a really nice palette. I'm glad that I own it. Okay. Now let's get into the last brand that I have to share with you guys. So I was not intending on picking up this brand anytime soon, but they were running a 20% off summer sale. So I was like, it's probably now or never that I probably won't get a better discount on this brand. Or maybe during Black Friday, but I don't really think so. So I finally picked up some products from Half Magic Beauty. I've been wanting to try this brand ever since they came out. And this is actually the Euphoria brand. If you guys watch Euphoria on HBO, it's a pretty dark show. So if you're easily triggered by certain subject matters like drug use and R wording and stuff like that, I don't think it's for you, but it is a really, really good show, but it's a little graphic. So I'm just warning you guys, if you haven't seen it or watched it, I'm just letting you know. So I did pick up a couple of the cheek products I had to, and this was the product I was the most intrigued by. I've been seeing everybody rave about their highlighters. So I picked up the Half Magic Light Trap Duochrome Glow Powder in the shade, what is the shade called? Enter the Glow. Enter the Glow. That's what it's called. Super cute, kind of kaleidoscopy, trippy packaging, kind of like similar to the theme of the show. And this is what the inside looks like. It's just super pretty. And it does open up where there's kind of like a little bit of like a sticky Velcro here. And then when you open it up, this is what it looks like. It is a little bit annoying, but you can fold both of them back, which is pretty nice. But I don't know if that was really absolutely necessary. But it's a super pretty like goldeny champagne with kind of like purple and gold glitters all throughout it. And it looks really pretty. I have not used these at all because I just received this package yesterday. But that is what the highlighter looks like because I want to use it in a get ready with me tomorrow. And it's a really, really pretty highlighter. So I'm very excited to use this. I've seen nothing but positive reviews on the highlighter. So I'm really, really excited to use that. Okay, so that is the first product. Then the second product is that I really wanted to pick up one of the blushes. So this is the Cheek Fluff Soft Blur Blush in the shade Don't Be a Doll, which is really cute. Really cute names, and I love how it has a little bunny rabbit on the back. I can't remember what it's referring to. I mean, Euphoria has not been on since, I believe, January of last year. So we've been waiting almost like a year and a half for the new season, and they say it might not even come out until 2025 because of the writer's strike and like all of the like issues that they are having with the show right now. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait a long time. So this is what the packaging looks like, and it kind of reminds me of like an egg carton because this is like cardboard. So it's pretty cool. I don't know if I need absolutely compostable packaging. Like I understand, but anyway, this is what the shade looks like. It's a really pretty like peachy shade, and then it has the shade name on the back. Of course, I was gonna pick up the peachy shade. I mean, like, do you know me by now? It's kind of like a creamy like hybrid like cream to powder formula, and it's a really pretty shade, so I'm super excited to use that. Again, I have not picked up any blushes and highlighters since the Sephora VIB sale and the Alice blushes, so I've been doing really good. I just wanted to like enjoy my collection. I do not need to add another blush or highlight, but I'm really excited to use this. But I don't know if I absolutely need like super recyclable packaging. Like for me, like, when am I going to get rid of these products? Or if I do get rid of a product, it's either going to be super old or I'm going to sell it. So, I don't know. But that is the second product. And then the last two products that I got was that this actually came as a set. And originally it was $32, but they were selling it for 26 bucks. I think it was during the 20% off sale. So I got one of the lip duos that comes with a duo lip liner and a soft matte lip cream. So I thought it was a really good deal. So let's go with the lippy first. So this is the Mouth Cloud Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Mr. Cheeky Pants. Super cute. And I really wanted to try one of the lippies because a lot of people have been raving about these. So this one is the shade Cheeky Pants, and it's a really cute. The only thing is that I feel like this packaging is kind of like super unnecessary. It's kind of like going to be annoying to store, but I do love that it's very flat. I just don't know why it needed to be this wide, but it's okay. So this is what the shade looks like. Again, I have not tried this, but I am very excited to use that. I'm going to use it tomorrow because I'm seeing one of my friends tomorrow. So I'm going to use that. It's a really pretty lippy. I haven't tried it on or anything because usually I'll like try on these products like before I use them, but I just didn't bother yesterday. And then it comes with a Sculptitude 2-in-1 lip liner. So I didn't know that this was 2 shades. And again, packaging is really, really cool. And it's like a lip liner duo. I didn't know it was a duo. I actually thought it was a like lip crayon on one side and a lip liner on the other side. But it's actually 2 shades of lip liner. And these are really, really soft, very smooth lip liner. So that is the lighter nude shade. It doesn't say what the shades are. And then this one is a darker color. So I think that these are going to be really, really pretty. I'm probably going to end up using this shade with the lippy tomorrow. But they're just really, really nice. So very, very excited to try out these products. I'm so excited I finally ended up picking up some Half Magic Beauty. They've been on my list for months. So yeah, that is it, you guys. That is everything that I picked up in this haul. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It ended up being a lot longer than I thought because I talk forever. So yeah, please like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram at CBW819. Check out my Poshmark at the same handle. I hope you guys enjoyed. And let me know if you guys tried any of these products. What are your thoughts? I really would love to know if you picked up any of these palettes. And I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.